Right guys, just to start this video, I'm going to show everyone the bag before Richo tells you what's actually in his bag. So this is the bag. So to get some people's hopes up, like I said, there's a handful of people that guessed the brand. Only 2 have guessed the model, have guessed the start of the model, but not the exact model. Only one of them has guessed the exact model. So this is the bag. So that is the Mizuno BRD X bag, I believe. Anyway, that's the bag. So if you guess Mizuno, you're certainly part of the way there. Anyway, the person that won it, I'll put up during the video. I'll put that comment up because there's only the one, and I'll put it up during the video while Richo's having a chat about what's in his bag. Thanks guys, enjoy the video.
Beautiful. So here we are at Bribey Island Golf Course. What's in a bag? So we've been talking about it for a while. We'll start with the bag.
Yeah, well, what is the bag?
Yes. So the bag's the new Mizuno, the BRDX.
Yeah.
Right.
The DX.
I've had the one bag for a long time, but look, I love this colour. It's like an urban camo colour.
It's a bit hard. I've got a close up there so you can sort of see it. But
Mate,
there is
lots of good stuff. Typical pockets. It's got a couple of curler pockets. One there for a drink. Pretty much the same as all. Is a 14-way top.
It is.
Don't mind that. Spreads the clubs out a bit. Makes them sort of easier to, rather than all wedged into 1 or 2 pockets. But look, great bag. Sits on a cartwheel. You can carry it if you wish to.
Yeah.
It sits on a pull buggy.
It does. Let's go from bottom to top. So let's go from putter back up, just
Right.
because they're the 2 things that haven't changed
Yep,
from the bottom
cool.
of the bag.
So, not the whole bag has changed, obviously. So, we go to the putter, right? So, I've got the M-Craft putter, right?
M-Craft and Moe, what is it? 2 or what are they? 1?
This is just the M-Craft.
Oh, that's right. It's the previous one.
So,
Sorry.
it's the previous one from the Moe, right?
Yeah, before
so,
the
the
Moe.
Moe stands for
What's heavy? or
Japanese for heavy. Yep. So, it's I've just stayed with this one. I thought the new one's a little bit heavier. When we tested this and we got it out, because it does come with a weighting kit, went for the lighter weights anyhow. Do you know what? It sits up. It's very similar to my old one.
Correct.
Been using that for a while.
Like Ping Answer style, Newport style.
Yep. I didn't see any point of changing it. The only thing I've changed was it did have a mid-size grip.
Yeah.
I've gone back to the tour style grip.
Standard.
Same grip, exactly the same grip that was on there, only just so the Grip Master grip. Love the feel of it. Just I felt it was, I got a little bit more touch in my fingers, being a little bit thinner. But great putter. Like I said, I don't really see any point of changing.
Correct.
Something that works, miles to go. The wedges are pretty much the same. So I've had these for a while, the T22s. So I've got a 52 and a 58. As you can see, I
Yeah, you use them a bit.
use them a bit.
You use them pretty good.
I didn't bother getting new wedges, the same. The T24s are pretty well exactly the same as these. I would have got the same shaft,
Yeah.
same lie angle, probably the same
Yeah. You wouldn't have changed
degrees.
anything, so there's no
So,
sort of
so to me, Joe, they're going really well. Always like the Mizuno wedges. So,
52, 58.
yep, 52, 58. I think that's pretty good. Well, we'll see.
And so your pitching wedge is 43.
Yes, yes. So there is a bit of a
but
gap
you,
there.
You basically go a few gaps. I mean, you could have one more in the bag, right?
I could. I've got 13 clubs, so I could put one more. I thought what I'll do is I will play with them for a while. If I feel there's really a need to fill that gap,
Then you probably go sort of, 43, 48.
Yeah, probably 52.
52, 58.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, yeah.
So at least you don't have to change too much.
No, so that's what I'd be thinking is you still keep these. You might add in a 48.
Yeah.
Like you said, that'd split that difference if I feel I need it. But
But no need for now.
no, great wedges.
Right. So
Mate,
the irons.
great wedges. Do you want to go the irons or
Yeah,
the
well,
woods?
let's go the irons because
Go the irons?
I mean, because people would have tried to guess your setup.
Yep.
So that this is for the giveaway bag, basically. So now your specs.
My specs.
Here we
so my specs are 4-iron to pitching wedge. So
Well, okay, let's go brand first.
brand.
So
Yep,
remember how we
sorry.
had to do it? It was brand, model.
so Mizuno, the Mizuno Pro
Yep.
245.
Yep.
Right.
It's a brand and model.
Yep.
Set makeup.
4-iron pitching wedge. So very much what I've had for a long time. These fantastic. Hollow design, 2 bits of metal, they weld them together. 4-iron to 7-iron has a tungsten weight welded in here, right? Very interesting process. So being an old sheet metal worker, I realise how hard it is to actually weld metal, and especially different metals, because they melt at different temperatures. So the process, they had to come up with a special technique to be able to do that. I like the fact that they're not actually filled with anything.
Yeah.
There's all the lines are clean. There's no bolts. There's nothing going on.
Basically
Do you
looks
know-
like my blades, just a
Yep.
bigger head.
So give them a white, clean.
And so shaft.
So
Oh, sorry, let's go just so that, you know, we'll
Yep.
figure out and we'll comment, or we'll get the comments who are the closest to the specs who win.
yep, we certainly will.
So you got Mizuno Pro 245 4 to pitching wedge,
Yep,
dynamic gold mid 100 R300.
yep.
And then you've got 3 degrees upright and a 1/4 inch
Yep.
long.
So for us, when we looked at a fitting point of view, I wanted something that looked nice and clean, didn't have the cavity backs, right? Al felt that I needed a little bit more punch with the face, hence the reason the hollow design gives you that little bit more sort of punch and solidness off the face. A little bit back more into maybe the restrictions that I originally
Correct.
had.
Well, we went
Right.
through some other brands too, but
Yep.
what Richo wanted was something that looked kind of like a blade in the back there. Didn't want a cavity because he's already had one.
Yep.
So wanted something that looked blade-ish.
That it was easy to
more
clean,
Yeah.
but, and Al's perspective was something that was not going to spin up too much. So blades clearly spin up too much for me. You know, I go a blade and I'm looking at 2 clubs longer.
Yeah, there wasn't enough pop.
No. So you can hit some of them, and you've seen when I've had some blades on the show, I've
Yeah.
hit some of them all right,
Hit 'em good.
but
Just go nowhere.
there's a difference between like when you stand there and go, I should be using 7-iron and I've got a 5-iron.
Yeah,
Because it's 2 clubs shorter.
correct.
So, hence the reason why, but fantastic. Feel fantastic. Finished off really nice. That's
Shafts
about it.
aren't way different to what you had previously in
Yeah,
in
yeah.
before.
So we've gone through the shaft optimizer. So very good process. So like I said, for us, we'd already sort of roughly nailed down the head. Did have a hit of the 243s. Probably not quite enough forgiveness for me.
Mainly for me, not enough ball speed and too much spin.
Yep, yep. So very much like a set of blades.
Yeah.
Yep. Shaft optimizer, fantastic. Now, I've done the online course with it, so I didn't realise that how much other stuff you can do with it. You can fit people out for golf balls, all sorts of stuff like. But really, it nailed it down to 2 shafts in what?
Well, it was
A
3
couple of
shafts and it was
swings.
3 swings, and
Yep.
we tried 2 shafts, or we tried all 3, even
Yep.
4. 2 of them very quickly you hated the feel of.
Yep.
2 you liked, we went outside and then just hit balls
Yep,
from there.
pretty well. Yeah, hit them inside to make sure that was the 2 we liked.
Yep.
And then went outside so we could actually see the ball flight.
Yep.
And
Even on the
nothing
missed
down
strikes,
to
this
1.
was a target more.
Yep. The whole process was not that long.
No, the fitting process itself was less than 20 minutes.
Yep.
And then just there was another 10 or 15 outside of you just hitting
Yep,
different shafts.
just
and fields.
hitting balls, but you know it does make it easier when you probably have an idea of
Correct.
the head, and that was good because we already had an idea of the head from my perspective
Yes,
and from a fitter's perspective.
correct.
So Al didn't have to spend his whole time going, yeah, I don't think that's quite for you.
Yeah.
So
yeah, bouncing back and forth.
yeah, yep, and try and then, you know, so it was very easy to go into something that you like. Love the way the set blends.
Yeah.
Like when you have a look at it, the 4-iron's got a bit more meat through it, right?
And the wedge is relatively small.
Yep. And then you go down to your wedges and you can sort of see the difference in those. But it gives you that confidence with the longer irons that there's plenty in it.
Yep.
And then they blend very well into your wedges then.
Right, and what do we got woods wise?
Wood wise, so similar setup to what I've always had. So gone Gonna start big or small?
Let's go hybrid.
All right, so we go hybrid. So the hybrid, same sort of thing. 19 degrees, right? Look, even hit one in the middle. Unbelievable. The link.
The link blue hybrid
Yep.
shaft, 75 stiff.
Yep.
In the upright setting.
Yep. In the upright setting. Look, I love the way the whole. So the whole set now just all blends in.
Yeah.
Like, from
Driver fairway down. Yeah.
driver, fairway down. The irons are very much the same. They blend back in with your wedges. Very solid. The Cortex chamber, right? It definitely gives it a different, solider sound.
It's way less of a ting.
Yeah. So a lot of hybrids I've hit, a lot of 3-woods I've hit, even a few drivers have that tingy sort of sound. These sound meatier, like they sound solider when you hit them. Good.
Yeah. Look good,
Yep.
sound good.
Yeah, they set up good. I'm haven't used them a lot yet. Getting more confident with them. It's just a matter of hitting them more and more and more.
So basically, Richo hits the hybrid about 200 metres.
Yeah.
190 to 205 maybe.
Yep.
And then 3-wood, which we've hit a few times, which you haven't flushed yet.
No. Look,
We'll
I'll get
definitely
there.
hit it a few more times. So that's
But
15 degrees.
It's a STZ.
Yeah, STZ.
Yep.
And set
So-
upright as well.
Yep. So it's the same thing. It'll take a little while to get used to them. Pretty well the same shaft as what the driver's
so
got.
You had Atmos
So-
blue previously.
Yep. But you know what? They sit down. It sits good. It's just a matter of using
it
it.
punches forward more as
Yep.
well. That's the big one.
Yep.
And
And
then driver-wise,
driver-wise, do you know what? I had the STZ.
before they put a number in front of it.
Before they put a number in front of it. Had it for a long time. Really enjoyed it. Right. So it was a pretty simple choice.
Yeah.
We hit a lot of different drivers. This was as good as anything that we hit. It's the same thing. It's got a real. It's got.
Like it's completely different.
I really like it. I like the first time I hit it. I thought, it's the sound. Like I said, certainly doesn't have a tingy sound to it. I like it.
Yeah.
So
So,
it's
so
90
instead of 10.5, we're 9.5,
And
1
we'll
degree up
turn it up.
and
Yep.
upright.
Yep.
So we're 10.5 upright.
Yep. Do you know what? I've hit some good drives with it.
Yeah. Even today was doof.
Yep.
It just moves forward.
But the shaft's comfortable. I think it sits
Right.
on the ground. Looks good.
Right, we'll be contacting the winners, whoever gets as close as possible
Yes,
to Richo's
to that.
specs.
Yes,
We'll
and
contact you,
we will
send you that bag.
draw that, and we'll send you out that bag.
Easy.
Great bag. So the bag is
Exactly
basically
the same as that.
one of these, just
in black.
the blue and black.
Correct.
We thought we'd better go
Close
a
to
more
Mizuno
a
colour.
more neutral colour because
Yep.
not everyone necessarily likes the camo sort of colours.
Correct.
But do you know what? Great bag.
So we need to thank Mizuno for that.
Big thanks to Mizuno. Mizuno been fantastic.
They've given that away.
Do you know what? A really good, solid company. They make enough to cover just about everyone.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the irons. 46 different options. And I had a bit of a chat with them the other day. Apparently there's 10 more shaft options coming.
Yeah.
So 56. All I can say is I'm glad that I don't have to choose between those shafts and I can get someone to fit me.
Yeah.
Because it would take me forever to go through
Well, most of them
56
wouldn't fit you,
shafts.
but yeah, it'd take a couple of weeks.
To go through them all.
Correct.
But do you know what? 56 different options. You'd struggle not to find something, wouldn't
Oh,
you?
correct.
Like you'd have to have
So many
something.
of them are not upcharged, and they get some of them that are upcharged
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, but that 46 different options are not upcharged. And I think that's one of the great things
grips
with
as well.
with Mizuno. There's a multitude of grips and there's a multitude of shafts. Like I said, if you can't find something in there,
Take up darts.
maybe you might have to.
Yeah.
But there is certainly great fitting options. Plenty of places around to go and
Correct.
get fit. And like I said, even the heads themselves, the JPX range, a really good range.
Correct.
You go into the Mizuno Pro range. Worthwhile going and having a hit. Like I think for a long time, Mizuno, certainly the irons people felt that they're only for
Yeah, they were only
elite
yeah,
players.
correct.
I won't say better players, elite players. The Mizuno irons were the ones that were used by, you know,
Yeah, you foul
tour
those, your
pros
Tigers
and
and all
Fallows
that.
and Tigers, but they have a range now that really can cover a lot
Lots
of
of different.
people, and I think they've done a great job.
Correct.
I love the way they blend their irons in. You can mix and match them if you wish to.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely worthwhile having a look. And big fan of the driver.
Well, you've had it for long enough.
Yep. Very underrated.
Very underrated.
People don't talk much about the driver. I think it's definitely one that's worthwhile having a hit of.
Correct.
So if you get a chance at demo day, or if you're getting fitted for a driver, I reckon it's worthwhile
Yeah,
having
chuck
a
it in
hit.
the mix.
Yeah, yep. And generally, I mean, all drivers are pretty much the same price, but it's the same thing. You do get a lot of different options with the
These are
shaft.
just about to go down, remember? Price-wise.
Yes, they are going to be a little bit cheaper here in Australia,
Yeah,
so definitely worthwhile. But the same thing, lots
Plenty
of
of
shaft options and shafts, grips. So worthwhile having a look. But like I said, fantastic. Mizuno Golf Australia, Oceana.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
But no, appreciate
Right.
it, and hopefully we
Thanks
can get
for
out there
commenting.
and
Thanks for
rip in and
rock
play
on.
play some good golf.
Correct. Right, thanks Richo. Thanks
Beautiful.
everybody for guessing.
Thanks for watching. Yes,
We'll
thanks
get
for
that bag
commenting.
away.
Yep, we'll sort that out, and yeah, whoever wins it, maybe you can flick us a photo.
Yep,
It'd be
absolutely.
fantastic.
Might even chuck a hat or something in there as well. Easy. Thanks
Aye.
guys. Cheers Richo. Thanks Mizuno Australia.
Thank you very much. Beautiful, and don't forget, smash that like button.
You're
That's
a
what you
weirdo.
say, don't you?
Oh, that's what they say to say.
Eh? I don't know. If you don't like it, don't like it. Hit dislike. Who cares?
Yep.
I don't care. But anyhow, see you then. Beautiful.
See it.